Hey friends, Randy Flickinger here again with another story. I saw, believe it or not, on a church billboard as I passed while I was visiting up in the Kansas City area. I'm from Wichita now, and we were up there to see our son and daughter-in-law. She had a surgery and babysit grandkids. Had a blast. I'm exhausted, but saw this billboard on a church, and it said, "Did you ever think that embracing change in your life was God's plan for personal growth?" Think about that for a minute. You ever get your plans thrown into plans for your life thrown into all kinds of chaos, thrown into methods and things and circumstances that you never planned on, that you never considered or even wanted? You know, it can be your job, it can be relationships, it can be financially, it can be health, even spiritually. You know, you never planned growing up to drift away from God, and now all of a sudden you stop and you look at your life and you say, "Oh my God, what am I doing? This isn't how I was raised. This isn't what my parents would want. This isn't what God would want. How did I get to this point? How did God allow that? More importantly, how do I fight it? You know, do I fight it?" And that's where he comes in. Embrace change. Embracing it. You know, think about it a minute. My career, I grew up, I'm a real estate broker, have been for 42 years. Never, ever give it a thought. Not at all. I was going to be a teacher. I was going to be a lawyer. I was going to be an accountant. You get the idea? I was going to be a professional basketball player. Yeah, right, I know. Bottom line is, I had all kinds of plans for my life. What kind of girl I wanted to marry, where I wanted to live, what I wanted to do. I wanted to live in Phoenix, Arizona, or Mesa, in that Scottsdale area. All these things. And then God brought change into my life. Number one, I started doing a little better job seeking His will for my life. And then it was amazing how things start to happen. He changes things. I get a scholarship to play basketball in a town that I've never been to. I go there, have a great time playing basketball for a year. The second year, this cute blonde shows up, and I see her the first day she walks on campus. And I'm thinking, holy cow, things are getting better here. Long story short, she starts showing up at my room looking for my roommate, and then of course he wasn't there, so she would talk to me. Well, little did I know, she didn't care about my roommate. She was looking to talk to me. We got to talking, got to be really good friends, went out on a date, had a blast. And I literally went home, told my mom, "Man, I just went out with a girl I'm going to marry." And I did. And we've been married 44 years. That was not part of my plan. I went to where he led me. She went to where he led her so that we could meet. Our career changes. I'm doing exactly what I was supposed to do. I know that in my heart. Where I'm living now is where I'm supposed to be for circumstances way beyond what I can even share with you. But the bottom line is, I lived in a little town my whole life up until the last 3 years, where I moved into Wichita, where 2 of my daughters and 5 of my grandkids are. And so that's exactly where I need to be. The jobs that I'm working here, I'm getting to teach in 2 Christian academies, which was always my dream job. So it's crazy, but I embraced the change that God brought into my life several times. And each time it has transformed me. It has made me who I've become. And I've become much more effective, not only in my life, not only for my family, but for Him. Nat, get out of here. Because I embraced the changes that He brought into my life. Romans 12:2 says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think." I literally wrote a book. It's called Renew Your Mind. It's based on that passage all the way through verse 4, 2 through 4. It's available on Amazon, by the way, if you want to find it. It's called Renew Your Mind by Randy Flickinger. It's an awesome book. It's 52 weekly lessons lessons that I taught in the adult Sunday school class that I taught for over 30 years, okay? It's good stuff. And it will help transform your life. But I just want you to hear that. We have to embrace change. Isaiah 43:19. For I am about to do something new. Think about that. That gives me optimism. I'm about to do something new. You and I are like, oh God, I especially as you get old, I like my way of doing things. I don't like change. And yet, I got to admit, change has been good. I used to pay cash for everything. I get change in my hand, blah, blah, blah. I now use a debit card. I don't ever carry cash. I was in QT today buying some pop, and there's another old guy there, and he was trying his dangdest to get his card to work in one of those readers. He put it in upside down. He tried to, he had the SIM card sticking out. He tried to swipe it with the facing the wrong way without the strip down. Bottom line is I went over and helped him and showed him. And then the cashier, who was probably 25, looked at me and I said, I know, us old people struggle with change. But we're learning and we're trying to learn and we're embracing it because that debit card is so much easier than carrying cash. Embrace the change. God's giving us optimism for our life. If our circumstances suck, if we don't like what's going on, talk to Him. Say, God, I need your help. Guide me. Take me to where you want me to be, who you want me to be, where you want me to work, what friends you want me to have, what spouse you want me to have. And guess what? He will do that. But you and I have to be willing to embrace that change. Do it, you will be blessed. And our world will be blessed because what He's doing is helping you and I to better serve Him in this world. Thanks for listening, guys. Again, share this. Save it as a favorite. Maybe it'll give you encouragement someday when things are tough. Repost it. None of that bothers me. Love to hear your comments, your suggestions, things that you'd like to do. Thanks for listening. God bless you. More to come.